Have you ever been surrounded by people and still feel completely alone? Maybe you were in the room full of friends, laughing, talking, but inside you felt like nobody truly understands you. Or maybe there was a moment in your life when someone left and suddenly the silence felt louder than anything else. Most of us are afraid of being alone. We see loneliness as something negative. We think being alone means something is missing. But what if being alone is not a punishment? What if it is an opportunity to finally meet yourself? Today, we are talking about The Art of Being Alone by Renuka Gavrani, a book that explores one of the most important relationships we often ignore. The relationship we have with ourselves, because before we learn how to love others, we have to learn how to be comfortable with our own presence. Think about this. Many people are constantly searching for distractions. They pick up their phones the moment they feel bored. They fill every quiet moment with noise. They learn from silence because silence forced them to face their own thoughts. But sometimes the people we are avoiding the most is ourselves. Being alone gives us a chance to ask questions we usually avoid. Who am I when nobody is watching? What do I truly want? What makes me happy? What part of my life have I ignored while trying to please everyone else? One of the beautiful ideas behind this book is that solitude and loneliness are not the same thing. Loneliness is feeling disconnected. Solitude is choosing to spend time with yourself. Loneliness says, no one is here for me. Solitude says, I'm here for myself. And that's a difference. That difference can change everything. There is a big difference between needing people because you love them and needing people because you are afraid to be alone. Sometimes we hold into relationships, friendships, or situationships that no longer bring us peace simply because we fear the emptiness after letting it go. But learning to be alone teaches us something powerful. Your own company can become a safe place. Imagine a person who is afraid of being alone. They may accept disrespect because they fear losing someone. They may ignore their own needs because they fear rejections. They may forget who they are because they are always trying to keep someone else. But when you learn to enjoy your own presence, something changes. You stop begging for attention. You stop chasing people who doesn't choose you. You stop measuring your worth by how many people are around you. You begin to understand that your value was never created by someone else's approval. Being alone also gives us a space to grow. Some of the biggest change in our lives happens in the quiet seasons, the moment when nobody is clapping, the moment when nobody is watching, the moment when we're simply learning, healing, and becoming a better version of ourselves. Sometimes life removes certain people from our journey, not because we are being abandoned, but because we are being given space to discover ourselves. We are getting a second chance. And I think many of us need to hear this. Just because you are alone doesn't mean you are forgotten. Just because someone lives does not mean you are not worth of love. Sometimes being alone is the place where you rebuild your relationship with yourself. This book is also remind us about self-love. Self-love is not just buying yourself nice things or saying positive words. Self-love is keeping promises to yourself, resting when you need to rest, setting boundaries, forgiving yourself for the past mistakes, speaking to yourself with kindness, because the voice you hear the most is your own life, the life you own. So ask yourself, is that voice encouraging you, or it is constantly criticizing you? Would you speak to a friend the way you sometimes speak to yourself? Probably not. So, why do we give ourselves less kindness than we give others? The art of being alone is not about rejecting people. Human needs connection. We need love, friendship, and community. But there is a freedom in knowing that you can enjoy people without losing yourself. You can love someone deeply without making them responsible for your own happiness. You can be surrounded by others and still have a strong relationship with yourself. At the end of the day, being alone is not about having nobody. It's about realizing that you are somebody too. You are someone worth knowing, someone worth understanding, someone worth spending time with. So the next time you find yourself alone, instead of immediately asking, who is missing from my life? Ask, what can I do for this moment? What can this moment teach me about myself? Because sometimes the quietest season of our lives are the one where we discover the most. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, being alone is not always a sign that something is wrong. Sometimes it's the space where something beautiful begins. Thank you for being with me.